Have you ever been truly hungry? Not the kind of hunger you feel before lunch, but the kind that makes your stomach twist. The kind where you go to bed with nothing and wake up still empty. Now imagine this. You're walking through a dark alley behind a fast food restaurant. You see a woman digging through a trash bin, pulling out half-eaten fried chicken, rinsing it in dirty water and placing it into a plastic bag. She's not crazy. She's not desperate. She's just trying to feed her children. This is Pagpag. Food scavenged from garbage, washed, recooked and eaten again. And in the slums of Manila, it's not a horror story, it's just dinner. But how did this become normal? Why are millions of people eating food that others throw away? And what does this say about the world we live in? Let's take a closer look at the heartbreaking story behind Pagpag, a meal born from hunger and inequality. To understand Pagpag, we need to understand where it comes from, the forgotten corners of Manila, the slums, the shadows behind the shopping malls and high-rise towers, because what happens in the trash says a lot about what happens to the people left behind. When people think of Manila, they often imagine glass towers, neon lights and giant malls, and yes, those things are real. But just a few streets away, there's another Manila, one that doesn't make it into the travel brochures, one that smells not of perfume, but of sewage, smoke, and rotting garbage. Here, families live in shacks made of rusted tin, broken wood, and torn plastic. Entire neighborhoods are built on top of trash, in alleyways too narrow for cars, too dark for sunlight, too dirty for hope. Children run barefoot through garbage piles. Some dig through trash for recyclables. Others help their parents cook, not meals from the market, but food pulled from dumpsters. This is not poverty. This is survival, and it's where Pagpag is born. But before we talk about the food, we need to understand the people, because behind every meal of Pagpag is a story of someone left behind. So what exactly is Pagpag? How does trash become food? And why would anyone risk eating it? Let's go deeper. Pagpag. It's a strange word, soft, almost harmless, until you learn what it really means. In Filipino, Pagpag means to shake off the dirt, like dust from a shirt or crumbs from your hand. But here in Manila's slums, Pagpag means something else, something darker. It means food that's already been eaten, or at least partially eaten, then thrown away. Leftovers from fast food chains like Jollibee, cold chicken bones, bits of rice, meat soaked in grease, all dumped in a trash bag. And that's where it starts. Trash pickers dig it out, they scrape off the mold, rinse it in murky water, then deep fry it again in reused oil. They add salt, MSG, sometimes soy sauce to cover the smell. Then serve it hot and call it a meal. That's Pagpag, recycled food from the trash. But it's more than just food. To the poor, it's survival. To the rest of the world, it's unthinkable. And yet, for millions in the Philippines, Pagpag is the only thing standing between hunger and death. But how does it really happen? How does a piece of fried chicken go from a dumpster to someone's dinner plate? Let's follow the journey of Pagpag, step by step. So, how does trash become food? The journey of Pagpag is simple and terrifying. It starts with a sound, the rumble of a garbage truck backing up behind a restaurant. When the trash hits the ground, the real work begins. Step 1. Collection. Scavengers, some as young as 10, dig through black plastic bags. They're looking for leftovers, chicken bones with meat still on them, half-eaten burgers, spoiled rice. They know what to search for, they know what sells, and they move fast before the food rots or someone else grabs it first. Step 2. Cleaning. Back in the slums, the food is sorted, moldy meat is scraped, cold rice is soaked in water, rotten parts are cut away. Then it's all thrown into a pan of reused oil, the same oil used yesterday and the day before.
Nice.
A little garlic, a splash of soy sauce, just enough to hide the smell. The goal isn't to make it safe, it's to make it look like food again. Step 3. Selling. Once it's fried and hot, Pagpag is packed into plastic bags or food containers, then sold on the streets. Outside bus stations, train stops, and alleyways. A full meal costs less than 50 cents. That's why people buy it. Not because it's delicious, but because it's something. But just because it looks okay on the outside doesn't mean it's safe to eat. So, what actually happens when someone eats Pagpag? Let's talk about the risks, the invisible dangers hiding in every bite. It looks fried. It smells okay. It might even taste decent. But inside that piece of chicken, there could be something deadly. Because Pagpag isn't just recycled food. It's recycled bacteria, recycled viruses, recycled risk. Let's talk about what's hiding in there. Salmonella. It can cause high fever, vomiting, and bloody diarrhea, E. coli. A single bite can trigger days of stomach cramps and dehydration. Hepatitis A, it attacks the liver. And yes, it survives even after cooking. Reheating doesn't make Pagpag safe, it only makes it look edible. And for those who eat it every day, especially children, the cost is more than just a stomachache. They become weak, underweight, sick all the time. Many suffer from chronic malnutrition, stunted growth, poor brain development. Some never recover. Pagpag fills their stomachs, but starves their bodies. And yet, they keep eating it. Not because they want to, but because there's no choice. Food poisoning is better than starvation. Diarrhea is better than nothing. When survival is the only goal, health becomes a luxury. But there's something even more tragic. Pagpag doesn't exist because food is scarce. It exists because food is wasted in a world that throws away more than it feeds. Let's talk about that. So here's the truth. Pagpag doesn't exist because there's not enough food. It exists because there's too much waste and not enough care. Every day, restaurants throw away tons of perfectly good food. Meanwhile, just a few blocks away, children dig through garbage, hoping to find dinner. We're not talking about a food shortage, we're talking about a compassion shortage. How can this happen in the same city where luxury malls sparkle with light and five-star meals are served on white plates? How can one part of Manila throw away chicken while another part survives off the bones? This isn't just about hunger, it's about inequality. It's about systems that work for some and ignore the rest. And here's the most heartbreaking part. Most people who eat Pagpag don't even want to. They dream of real food, a hot meal, a safe plate, a life where dinner doesn't come from a trash bag. But they can't afford dreams, only survival. If you've made it this far, don't look away, because this story isn't just about the Philippines, it's about us, all of us. A world that can land rockets on Mars, but can't feed every child on Earth. So, if this moved you, share it. Let people know what Pagpag really is, because awareness is the first step to change, and no one should have to eat from the trash to stay alive.